Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cheapo Arena and the spotlight today. The GVDA GD107 PEN Style Multimeter. Here we go. First off, shout out to GVDA for sending it in for the review. Thanks guys. PEN style multimeters seem to be on the rise in terms of popularity in the multimeter genre. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of them per se. I still think multimeters are the way to go. But hey, you know what? Everybody's different, and it's really nice to have options. Today, one of those options is the Smart Pen type multimeter from GVDA. This little guy has some smart capabilities. It does AC, DC voltage, resistance, and continuity on the fly. And other than that, it does claim to be, you know, your standard fare multimeter. Is it just as good? Well, let's find out. Comes in a pretty cool little box here. Nice color. And GVDA Smart Pen type multimeter. Doesn't really tell you spec-wise what you're going to get with the meter. But anyway, there's the box. They give you one negative input lead because it does have that alternate multimeter functionality. And we'll see how that fares in just a minute. As well, you get your little instruction manual in all English. I believe this one is. Yes, it is. So pull-out manual gives you all the voltage ranges, testing, general technical specifications, what have you. Cat 3, 600 volt. Looking good. You know, first opinion, I guess it's pretty decent looking. It has that cool sort of modern futuristic look, doesn't it? All hard plastic here. There's no soft rubber inlay whatsoever. The top of the meter here has that shrouded cover as well. Pull it off, lose a cat rating, but get a lot more functionality with that needle point. Speaking of needle point, oh yeah, that's pretty sharp. Definitely will do the job. GD107 Smart. All in all, looks pretty decent from a first point perspective. Yeah, now battery-wise, batteries are going to go in the back there. So it says QC pass. We have to actually break that seal in order to get to the battery housing. So let's just do that right now and stick one of those batteries in here. I believe it's a AAA battery. Just gotta pull it out. There we go. There we go. Oh, well, look at that. We didn't even break the seal. Gotta love it. Actually, it's two batteries, two AAA batteries to power up this little GD107. Batteries just go in like so. Bada boom, bada bing. Also, we have that nice threaded insert here, so no matter how many times you take the battery compartment apart, you're not going to strip that. Very nice. Okay, let's put that back on and see how this looks with power. So to turn it on, we just hold down on that power button for a second or two, and it comes on, and whoa, that is really not very bright, is it? Wow, compared to what we're looking at on the package, look at that. Absolutely almost unreadable here. So, well, that's kind of a bummer, but display from first impressions, way too dim. Let's take off that protective plastic cover and see if that helps. Helps a little bit, but really, kind of cheesy in the display department. Putting it beside the UT118B from UNI-T, pretty well the same size, just a little bit chunkier per se. Now the UNI-T doesn't have that reverse EBTN display. It has your standard LCD display, but honestly, from what I'm looking at here, it's easier for me to look at that UNI-T. And as well, we have the backlight on the UNI-T, which makes it even more viewable. So, yeah. Anyway, we have standard auto mode. So when you boot up for the first time, it's going to go into auto mode by default. And in this setting, you can test AC/DC voltage and resistance continuity. That's your functions. If you want more than that, hit the function switch now in manual mode, AC/DC, resistance, continuity, diode, frequency, and capacitance. As a live mode. Now those test leads, not the greatest. Pretty small, maybe about 2 feet in length. An amp, they have the CE logo, which we know doesn't mean a whole lot. The shroud on them as well, it's okay. Nothing uber long though. So the main problem though is, look at this, in terms of fitting, it's pretty loose. In fact, it's really loose. It doesn't snap on, it doesn't give us a good feeling of, you know, connectivity. No, not at all. It's 600 volt Cat 3 at the bottom there. But yeah, it's just way too loose for my liking. So, not good. Not good at all. One of the big problems I have with these type of PEN multimeters is the fact that it's just hard to work with. You know, you're always sort of at a weird angle, and if you want to look at the display, you got to make sure you're turning your instrument just so, otherwise you're not going to see what the heck you're looking at. So in terms of measurements themselves, kind of problematic. Okay, let's try our first measurement here. We're going to put that into smart mode. So you turn it on, you're greeted with auto, which is the same. We have our DC voltage reference here. Let's see if we get 10 volts. Are we greeted with 10 volts? 10.01. So not bad. But you see what I mean by being slightly problematic, because you always have to fight with the device in order to be able to read that display, which is painful. Okay, so I have an old power board here in front of me, and we're going to take a little gander at that smart mode once again. So in auto, aka smart mode, let's hit a resistor here. And it's telling us it is about a 10 ohm resistor, and we're getting that continuity kicking in as well. That's a little annoying. Here's a capacitor. Let's just try that, see what we get for a reading. And, oh, that's right, it doesn't check capacitance in smart mode. Oh, man. Okay, well, here's another resistor. High-powered resistor by the looks. Oh, this is painful. I'm sorry, it's just painful. Good God. 26 mega ohm, it looks like. Kilo ohm, rather, I'm sorry. 26 kilo ohm for that resistor. What else can we... I see a nice diode down there. Let's take a look at that. So we've got to reverse this around. And now that I've reversed my lead, my display is upside down. So what the heck is going on? No. Oh, that's right. It does not do diode in auto mode. So we got to switch it now to diode mode manually. There we go. And it looks like we have a forward voltage drop here. Just make sure, verify, check it on the other side. Yeah. So I think you get a general idea of what my biggest complaint is with these types of PEN style multimeters. They're just hard to work with, you know? I don't really see the point in having to get frustrated with simple test measurements like this with a PEN meter. So, you know, unless they had a display that was somehow going to follow you as you're moving the device, it's just really frustrating. Diode/LED test. Here we go. Starting off with that diode. No problems there. Over to the LED. And it is not lit, and we don't even have a forward voltage drop. Oh, God, I think... Hang on a second. Anode, cathode. I got them mixed up. There we go. And we are upside down. Oh, good grief. But there's the forward voltage drop. Over to the yellow. Doesn't look like it's lit either, but we do have a forward voltage drop. The green, nothing. The blue, nothing. And the white, nothing. So, yeah. In terms of LED testing, don't even bother. Well, there you go, 2.25 volts, the output voltage in diode mode. Next up, continuity. We are in manual continuity right now. Here we go, stock default test leads. Well, of course they are. That's all we can use. 3, 2, 1. Well, it's not bad. We have that audible as well as the visual continuity, which is always a good thing. Latch. Not the fastest. Absolute maximum output volume and continuity, 55.3 decibels. So definitely not loud. AC voltage, no worries here. 120 volts. Looking good. Now we have frequency mode as well. Let's see what happens. We hit our function switch. Oh, look at that. Not a good thing, is it? Oh my God. 60 hertz is our frequency. I might have just killed the meter. Oopsie. 101.4 ohm. With that precision ohm resistor. So it also supports the live wire mode. Now that's not NCV. You're probing basically with your test probe. looking for a hot source. And here I found one, giving us that hot or high indicator. Not the same as NCV though. Well, I gotta say, thus far, obviously I'm not that impressed. Let's take a look inside, see if things get any better. Alrighty, teardown time, here we go. Opposite side, here is the plastic housing. Not much else going on here. No shielding. Corpus rigor mortis in this case. Right here, there is the top of the PCB and our one input jack for that negative probe right at the bottom here on the far right. Just soldered in there by a couple of tiny little soldering joints, but it seems to be fair enough. There we go. Let's move it down here. We have a factory header for calibration. Main IC over here is cobbed. That is the spring that makes contact for the battery well. Here's the LED for the flashlight, and we actually have a couple of PTCs on the voltage side of things as well. Not much going on in this meter though, so spin it around, shall we? And oh, looky. So main speaker, of course, over here. Here's a relay for the smart functionality. Pretty clean looking PCB, HT121B. Yes, that is the native variant of this. OEM being HABOTEST, version 1.0. The tip of the meter here for that red probe, can you see right over there? There is the soldered tip. And I don't know, but you know what? That doesn't look the greatest in terms of longevity, does it? Of course, at the bottom as well, there is the zebra strips. Two of them on either side of the LCD plate. And that is what is giving us that interesting, although rather faded, EBTN display. All right, let's put it back together. I'll come back with my closing thoughts. Oh man, I wasn't expecting much when I started this review, but oh man, I was expecting a much better performing meter than what we got. Yeah, this thing is a real dud. Dud, dead in the mud, call it what you want. This thing just is not worth your time. And yes, the GD107 also boasts phase sequence testing, which unfortunately I didn't get a chance to look at today. That being said, it's still no excuse for a bad pen meter. As far as usability goes, ergonomically, this thing is a turd. Trying to do a basic test on a PCB is a painful process with the GVDA Smart Pen. Now, pack this one up, give it to the in-laws. You don't want it. Heck, this turd can't even do NCV, which at least would have made it somewhat useful. No, at the end of the day, what can I say? This one is thumbs down. The GVDA GD107 so-called smart multimeter gets an extremely dismal 1 out of 5 stars. Yeah, you could do some places out there that put this thing way at the back of the pack. Hey, thanks for watching this review, everybody. To the next one, keep on testing.